Hello, and welcome to the finals of the 9th Trials of Earth. I am theelkspeaks, and my opponent today is MegroN, the defending master. In the previous Trials of Earth, MegroN defeated Drake14 to claim the title. Today, I'll be trying to take that title from him in a best-of-9 match. In the group stage of Trials, MegroN and I already played a 9-game match, and in that match, I came out victorious by the score of 6-3. I also come into this final with an 11 upgrade advantage, 27-16. Yet this final will certainly not be easy. MegroN is a very experienced player, and he used his 32 ban points much more broadly than I did. With my 32 ban points, I decided to try to target out some specific strategies, but his bans were generally just banning out a larger number of power cards, but not banning out as many specific strategies. We'll see how it goes. Talk a little bit about my bans as the match progresses, but this is the first deck that I'm going to play in the match. It's a pretty aggressive Graboid Rush, with some Basilisk Bloods to slow down something that MegroN might play. It's a general concept. With that, I'm about to search for the first game of the match. And there we go. MegroN is going to be bringing some sort of darkness deck, and we'll note that he is also playing a 30-card deck, which means this is not going to be a hard stall. That is very good news indeed. And I can get a turn 1 Gavel, which will be 7 damage on the board on turn 1. I assume this is some sort of vampire deck, at which point I have 3 Basilisk Bloods in hand to handle the vampires. Could be Gargoyles, but either way I have Basilisk Blood. Again, I have 7 damage per turn from the Gavel. And first creature he plays is Steel Golem. But I have Elite Graboid down. I'm going to hold my BBs for now unless he gets a lot of golems out, because I am significantly more concerned about his vampires, potentially, or gargoyles, than I am about this steel golem, at least for now. So with that 16 damage per turn that I'm currently dealing, I'm 5 turns from winning, but if I can find 6 more damage somewhere between now and then, I could win in 4 turns. And he has a Dusk. This is unsurprising. And luckily, Dusk does not hex in his favor on the first turn. This point, of course, given the Dusk, and that I have no way to remove the Dusk in this deck, I can't count specific lethal in numbers of turns, but I can at least still determine where my upgrades lie. Alright. I can both play that and neutralize one of the golems, just really slow his deck down, make sure that my deck still has the faster pace. I assume he is playing steals in this deck, for the record. I am still willing to play this diamond and this gavel just because that's the best play I have on the board. Dagger, yep, that's unsurprising. And I have enough PBs that I can afford to use one that way. He's only going to be healing 3 per turn. It's not like I have a whole lot of that to worry about. Yeah. We'll just play that. How many turns are left on his first golem that I... 3 turns still on that golem. Yeah, this is fine. There we go, now we're starting to get the rest of the grabbies out. Oh my gosh. There's a dragon. Yeah, I probably just have to take that one too. At this point, I could potentially win on the next turn. It'll take all 3 of my grabbies, though. This is also the reason that I banned Basilisk Blood from MegroN in this match. Because, like, if he has even like 3 copies of Basilisk Blood in this deck, I'm just completely locked down. But still, it takes him like 7 turns to end from here, so I think I should have this one. Unless he has like Liquid Shadow or something. He could play Liquid Shadow here. That would actually be kind of annoying. And get another grabby. Finally. So that's the first game. Now the question. Do we stick with this or do we switch to another deck? Not sure whether I want to show a different deck or not. I'll probably show a different deck. Let's see. I can only play my Disco deck in the even games. This is game 2. Might as well play Disco. Pretty standard deck. Let me just confirm number of upgrades is correct. That's 20. I actually have one too many upgrades in there. We'll just take one unupped pendulum. Yeah. I was worried there might have been too many ups in there. Alright. Ready when you are. He's not ready yet. Just a second then. The BE is an emergency on Maxwell's. It's not really intended to be played, but it's an option. The idea being that if he runs something like DIMS, I would have that as an option. And instead it's death. Not looking like a stall, however. It'll be interesting to see what he plays here. Not the most ideal of starting hands either. It'll take me to turn 3 to get out a golem, though I will be able to chaos it on the turn it goes into play. And the reason for playing the entropy pillars and pendulums in a deck that mostly needs Earthquake only a little of entropy was to maximize the chances of getting turn 2 disco, but that didn't work out with the opening hand I got. And instead I'll be getting like turn 4 golem unless I draw a stone tower in the next 2 turns or something. I really didn't get a very good opening hand for the options that were in this deck, but I do still get the turn 2 disco after all, so I can't complain. If you ban disco in the odd games, you gotta expect me to play it in the evens, which is, I'm assuming, why he decided to play a Bonewall deck. And now I'll get to play Chaos Golems. Those of you who watched my World Championship matches might remember that in the first group stage of the World Championship I played a Chaos Golems deck before. I actually do think that Steel Golem is a really good target for chaos power, but at the same time, obviously this is a very different deck because it's a very different situation, and the types of cards that I want surrounding it are not the same. But now you can only play a Bonewall this turn if it's upped, and even then I'm taking 2 stacks off this turn. He's going to have a really hard time killing off my creatures to add to his Bonewall. I mean, my golems are starting at 9 health, and I've got 6 chaos powers in the deck to increase that even further. Since this isn't a hope deck, I'm obviously not going to be... Oh, Skullbuckler. Okay. That's annoying for different reasons. However, golems are generally pretty good at getting over bucklers. One of the interesting interactions is that buckler doesn't kill skeletons, so if I happen to have one of my golems die, I can chaos power the skeleton for increased damage without worrying about that increased damage getting killed. There's the arsenic. I was expecting that to come out, but it looks like that's going to be too late for him, especially with that huge upped Quana top deck. That just let me get another golem on the board. Right now, if I top deck like a chaos power or something, this could end this turn. Yeah. Reduces damage by 1, so I've got 18 plus another 3 is 21, 27 minus 4 is 23. I would need to get 5 on the next turn. I can't get 5 on the next turn. I don't believe. There's the butterfly effect in case it were really needed, but it's not going to be needed here. on to game 3 after this turn, unless he has some way to save this that I have overlooked. Could be playing something like Stone Skin. He does have a Stone Skin. There we go. That should end it anyway. Yep, GG. That brings it to 2-0. What do I want to play in game 3? I obviously can't stick with the disco because that's banned in odd games. I have my fractal stall. I don't think so. He might play something like Dims. Actually, no, let's play Steels. Let's play the Steel deck. Yeah, we're gonna play Steels. Five unupped cards means we're at 27, which is good. 16 Earth cards out of 32, so we are legal. Yeah. Might notice a theme with some of the decks I have in this match. I basically have, of the 6 decks that I prepared for this match, 4 of them are built around the 4 major PC cards in the game. I've got a Pulvy deck, I've got a Deflag deck, I've got a Steel deck, and I've got a Butterfly Effect deck. Then I've also got a Fractal deck and just a Shrieker Mono, because Shrieker Mono is so strong, especially in Earth. So we're going to play the Steels this game. But yeah, mostly just because of the fact that MegroN banned Dims for all games. MegroN banned Dims for all games, and I didn't ban Dims at all, so I'm expecting I'm going to see a lot of Dims. So I built like all of my decks to have significant PC in them just in case. And that should be a turn 3 Gargoyle, which is great. But yeah, I basically just wanted to make sure that I had no way I could reasonably lose to Dims in this matchup, in any of my decks. I'll actually talk for a moment right now about the bans I did make. So I decided to ban only 4 cards, but ban them for the entirety of the match. And the cards banned were Earthquake, which is a pretty standard ban in Earth Finals. If you play Earth Finals and don't ban Earthquake, you're just being dumb. And then I banned Basilisk Blood, which is a little unusual, but I wanted to make sure that my creatures couldn't be outrushed by him using Basilisk Blood to slow them down. And then from there I decided to ban 2 cards that I thought might give me problems. Another one was Trident I decided to ban for all games, just completely shut out the Earthquake options. And then I wanted to ban Miracle for the game, so I couldn't end up facing something like Immortal, Sanctstall, anything like that. And just by denying options like that, thought I really gave myself a decent chance in this match. Though I'm currently 11 cards into this deck and with only 1 of my 6 Gargoyles, so unless my Gargoyles start showing up, I am not going to be happy. However, if he plays non-immortal creatures, I can delay them. So there's that. I can delay them functionally indefinitely. I can steal his Dims. Yeah, we're just going to start guarding the Scion and winning on Vampire Dagger damage. 6 damage a turn, you have no way to stop this dagger. I mean, it's a really slow way to win, but it wins. Would like to get another gargoyle soon, though. Would really, really like another gargoyle. Okay, you want to play Lobo? That could actually get kind of annoying. I value your Lobo. I have the steals for your Dims. Don't really need the healing. You're going to play Dims at some point and I'm going to steal them. Like, we know that's what's going to happen. Diamond Shield, that's interesting. Gargoyle. Can maybe steal Diamond, but don't really need to, just a possibility. He has to have a lightning in hand, though, for this gargoyle right now, or he just runs out pretty fast. Yeah, because now I get to stone form it, delay that. I get another gargoyle on the next turn. Yeah, I'm dealing 10 per turn. Should be fine. I mean, unless he comes out with like a really aggressive like fractal golem. I'm not sure what he's playing here. Yeah, that'll do it. Let's see, I've got 21, 26 next turn, so I wouldn't have it next turn. The turn after that I could have it if I use steel. Oh. That actually would have been lethal if I had the Quanta for steel, but I don't, so we're not going to worry about it. Now I have the Quanta for steel, so even if he plays dim, I can end. Unless he does like PA dims. But he has fewer cards in his deck anyway, so even with something outlandish like PA dims, I should be okay. Yeah, he's just fractaling the Scion. That will end the game. We'll just steal the shield, not reveal any other cards from this deck. There we go. And that's 3-0 so far. I have a feeling it's about to get a lot tougher. Well, we'll see what we got. I might play my D-flag deck now. Let's get ready to play D flags. Could go back to disco deck too. Let's see, I've got 6. Yeah, I've got 6 so far, which is the right number. I've got 19 out of 33, so this deck is legal. Ready when you are. So we're going to play the D flag deck. And it's Pulvies, which is probably the best time to be playing a cremation deck. Now I just need to top deck one of my cremations, and I'll have the quanta for this graboid, and then I can start rolling with like golems or something as they come. Also, I've got an explosion in hand. Oh, it's a grabo. Oh, it's Pulvy grabo. Okay, that makes sense. Pulvy grabo. Okay, he's got a steel golem. That could be kind of annoying. Second graboid and destroyer is at least something, but I really need to top deck a cremation sometime soon. Because otherwise these grabbies just don't race at all. Yeah, it just comes down to whether I top deck a cremation for my gem finder. Okay, he had Thunderbolt for that. That makes sense. Let's see, we got Rage Elixir. Oh no, I can't even play it though. That stinks so much. Alright, whatever. I was hoping I would have that for Forest Spirit, but I don't. Well, whoop, no, wrong card. Explosion on that. BB on the Spirit. Spirit's gonna grow faster. Let's see what else he... So you have a way to deal with this destroyer. Probably has a CC, one of those 3 cards he's holding. Because I'm not sure what else he can't play in this deck. Yeah, Nova Thunderbolt Golem, that'll do it. That could be bad. Oh look, I have double elixir for one of these golems. That's the most inefficient kill I've ever had to make. But I had to make it. Now we need a cremation. And there's second Pulvey, which puts me in a bad spot, because I can't top deck a cremation to save my life. Alright, let's see what we got. Yeah, it's just gonna be too late. I need, like, BB Explosion is my out, I think. I think BB into Explosion is my out. It's not good. This is basically lost. Alright. Do you want to go back to Gargoyles for game 5? Probably Gargoyles, yeah. Yeah, that's just lost. Alright, we'll just pass so he doesn't see my hand, and then that's that. Yeah, that's exactly lethal with the Graboid damage when it evolves. So that's GG. Fog would have made me very sad. Alright. Let's see. Do I want to play my own Pulvey, or do I want to play Steels? We'll play Steels. This looks interesting. This looks like a stall of some sort, possibly with stone skin. Possibly. We'll see. Okay, Gargoyle. Like, LS Gargoyle's actually kind of a sort of answer to your stalls. It's not a great answer, but it's kind of an answer. He'll probably have a pot for the first Gargoyle. The question is, how many Gargoyles will he have stuff for? Got an amazing turn 3 play with Stone Form into Vamp Dagger against what appears to be some sort of hard stall. That would be an amazing turn 3 play. Yep, there comes a Farron. This is one of the strongest turn 3 plays I could have had with this deck. I've got a Stone Form Gargoyle and a Vamp Dagger on the board by turn 3 against Naked Farron. Do I want Gargoyle or do I want Dusk here? That's the real question. Non-trivial decision. Oh, there's Sundial. So, yeah, I might as well just play Dusk. This is gonna be some Sanks and stuff. Like, no reason not to just play Dusk. He probably has a D-flag for it, but I just want to make him spend that Quana if he wants to hit with his Farron consistently. And give him more than one D-flag target, so there's that too. I currently have enough life gain from this dagger. There's probably some stone skins in this, so the 61 health you're seeing is probably not all the health he has. That was also pretty expected. He'll probably have CC for this gargoyle, but I need to make him spend. Just gotta make him spend. And there's another dial, which I can just stone form up. And another dial, that's 3 dials down. This is a really good time to drop a stone dragon. Now if I top deck any source of damage and he doesn't draw dial number 5, I win. Yeah, because that is 22. I need 3 more damage to win this outside of this turn. He has at most 3 dials remaining. There's dial number 1. And you can tell that this deck really likes its liquid shadows. Actually, a steal would even be sufficient damage to win, because I can just steal his Farron. There are, I believe, 3 or 4 gargoyles left in the deck, 1 or 2 dragons. I do expect that he has Stone Skin still as a potential out, temporarily, but yep, there's a Stone Skin. Exactly as I was expecting, but we have that. Now we're just 10 damage away. He might have another Stone Skin, I'm not sure, but... he has up to 2 dials left in the deck, which is his best chance to do more than just survive. He can turn the dials around and maybe get something off of them. And there's the last dial in his deck. Which means that he has to just like chain Stone Skins until he can get something off of this. With an 11 upgrade difference, MegroN is almost certainly going to be playing primarily stalls anyway. So do I want to just play this deck again and try to close it out with this deck? This is one of my stronger anti-stall decks. I could play my own Ether Stall, but that's not so exciting. He at least had some stuff left in his hand. I'll just steal the diamond and end the game. Didn't feel like counting. Alright. To close this out, if I can win this next game, do I want to stick with the darkness deck or not? It's game 6, I could go back to disco. I actually kind of want to play Pulvey. I think Pulvey's my best chance to close it out. I might see Dims again or something, so I'll play Pulvey and try to close it out with Pulvey. We're not going to close it out with Pulvey. There's a problem with that deck. We're just going to ignore the Pulvey deck and pretend it doesn't exist and go back to playing the darkness deck. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Oops. Let's see. Okay. Like, if you have a Pulvey, I'm going to... And that's a steal. So it's not his Pulvey bow again, but it's... I could actually steal a tower and try to use Pulvey myself, but that would be not necessarily the best decision. I need to get my damage out of this deck soon. I've got Stone Dragons and Gargoyles sitting in the deck still. Do I wanna? No, I don't wanna. I can just lock down this golem forever, unless he has BB or an Elite Odiug, I guess. Elite Odiug could actually answer that. He might be playing like an Odiug armor deck. I could see that. Of course, in that case, I just like Liquid Shadow the Odiug, and then you have a worthless Odiug. Good time to draw a second Warden. Yeah, if he plays Odiug Guard Armor, I have Liquid Shadow. If he plays... Now we've got, yeah, Gargoyle into Denial. And now I've got 12 damage a turn. I'm actually going to save my Liquid Shadow, even though it's a strong option on Gargoyle in general. I've got more damage than he does unless he does something about my Wardens. And I'd rather save Shadow just in case there's an Odie. Yeah. Eh, 5 versus 6. Just do it. So that's 13 damage. That puts me 4 turns away. Interestingly, one of the games that I lost to MegroN in our match during the group stage of trials, we were both playing a Pulvey deck, and he got an earlier Pulvey and smashed my Pulvey. So it may have been good for me that I didn't end up playing a Pulvey mirror again like I was originally thinking I might. And okay, he can in fact deny one more turn by breaking the dagger. He can break my dagger here, though that's fine. Like, you're on 9 health. If I top deck any of my 5 remaining gargoyles or my 2 stone dragons, I win the game on this turn, even though you have that. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, now this could be a problem. I do still have some gargoyles left, but I need to actually draw them. Okay. That should do it. I just need one more gargoyle off the top of the deck if he has a way to answer this one. He might have a BB in hand for... oh no, BB's banned. He had plate armor for the gargoyle. There's only one answer for that. Liquid Shadow my own gargoyle to deny its health. And that ends the match. Very well played match, MegroN. I had an 11 upgrade advantage. That was a tough thing to play against, but that was a really interesting final deck. That was that was scary for a while. I'm just talking with MegroN a little bit after the match, but thanks for watching, guys. That was an exciting match. So, glad that you all were here to join me, whether you are watching this on YouTube after the fact or on Twitch now. But thanks for watching.